Hey guys, it's Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're having a wonderful day as always. Please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, comment, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Now let's get right into this and talk about the family of Bryan Kohberger, which consists of his mother, MaryAnn, his two sisters, Amanda and Melissa, and his father, Michael. Obviously, his family is not involved in this case, so we don't need to get too in-depth with their lives. However, some of the information regarding them is very interesting when compared to Bryan's case, particularly when we look at their professions and their viewpoints on violence and violent crimes. But before we get into that, can we just talk about this picture and how creepy Bryan Kohberger looks? Is there some rule book that says a mass murderer has to have crazy eyes? I'm just curious, because he's got some crazy eyes in that picture, I'll tell you. Bryan Kohberger's mother, Marianne Kohberger, has been a paraprofessional with Pleasant Valley School District in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania for the last 7 years. But it is her and her family's viewpoints on certain topics such as school shootings, gun violence, mental health, and the death penalty that have been looked at by the media since Bryan's arrest. MaryAnn has several writings regarding several of these topics. In particular, one was a letter that was published in the POCONO Record regarding school shootings. And this is what she said. As I sat this morning reeling from yet another school shooting, I found myself wrestling with which actions need to be taken to stop all of the madness. What is the answer? Gun control measures? Mental health intervention? Then I received a message from my daughter, who works as a mental health therapist in New Jersey. This refers to her daughter, Melissa Kohberger, Bryan's sister. Melissa Kohberger is a licensed associate counselor, and her specialty, as she states here in Psychology Today, is working with young people transitioning into adulthood. I truly expected to read this poem that Melissa Kohberger had written at 31 years of age and see some enlightened concept on mental health and school shootings and violence. And this is what I got. Bereft of their laughter, there is now not a sound as we lower our children into the ground. Small hands and feet buried 6 feet deep into the earth of the world that failed them. Nothing against Melissa Kohberger. I just expected something stronger, more passionate, longer, maybe more so caring and sensitive. I don't get the sense, if you will, that she has strong emotions toward the poem's topic. Children leaving this earth too soon, school shootings, violence. I don't get that from this. When you read this poem, you don't read it and immediately think of someone caring and compassionate. You just don't. Not to say that she's not. I'm not lumping her in with her brother. It's just my outlook. As a counselor for children, I suppose I just expected something much more heartfelt. Maybe it's the length of it. It's very short. For such a short poem, it was oddly childlike, but also using adult language. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I pushing too hard on this one? At any rate, there's a lot to be said for the fact that both the mother and the daughter were speaking out about certain topics that really go along with this case, as well as the fact that both daughters were involved in mental health. Their oldest daughter, Amanda, is a school-based outpatient therapist at the Messiah University in Pennsylvania. Per her LinkedIn account, Amanda is a licensed school counselor in the state of Pennsylvania and a registered behavioral technician. She has 10 years of experience working with children and families in mental and behavioral health arena. She says she has a genuine passion and desire for working with children as well as inspiring change and growth in others. What makes this interesting is fairly clear. It's the fact that Bryan Kohberger has several family members, several people that are presumably close to him, that work in a mental health capacity. And yet he clearly had some mental health issues. And his issues, let's be clear, date back to well before this crime, as several people have come forward discussing his behavior and mental issues back from high school and earlier, which we will get into in a separate video. I'm not saying that that has anything to do with his family. Their profession is irrelevant to his lifestyle and his choices. It's just an interesting factor, in my opinion. I don't want to leave out his father, Michael Kohberger, who also works in the Pleasant Valley School District, but he works in maintenance. So although he is also around children on a regular basis, I would imagine he does not have anything to do with the mental health profession. There is definitely more we can discuss with regard to Bryan and his family, but I did want to mainly get into their profession, their connection with mental health and such in this particular video, and I'll be back to discuss more later. In particular, I will be posting another video to discuss the statements that have come out from Bryan's old classmates and friends regarding his change up during high school and just his behavioral traits. So I'll be back with that in another video, but until then, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.